Hey guys, Prangell Gaming here, and today I'm going to be giving you a Millwall analysis video. Now today's Millwall analysis video is Millwall versus Oldham. Now going into the game, Millwall needed 1 point to secure playoff status, and well, the player that actually made the difference is probably going to be a surprise to both of us. Now, Millwall scored early on thanks to Chris Taylor crossing the ball in from a corner, and Byron Webster, you heard me right, he ended up beating his man and heading the ball into the back of the net. And there's more from Byron Webster in this game. He played absolutely fantastic. Now, Steve Morrison could have extended Millwall's lead as he saw Coleman off his line. Coleman was at the edge of his goalkeeping area, and Morrison had just got inside the Oldham half, and he chipped the ball up the pitch, and he got it over just by a couple of centimetres, and it was a terrific effort from absolutely nowhere, and that would have probably been goal of the season if he had scored it. And he also had the audacity to try that. I mean, he's scored a few lobs this season. Some have been inside the box, some haven't. He's been a pretty decent player as he has the confidence to do things like this. Joe Martin's free kick was then clipped onto the edge of the crossbar, and it was very close to going in the back of the net. Shane Ferguson then added to Millwall's lead as Steve Morrison crossed the ball in along the floor. It then went to Aidan O'Brien, who received the ball, and first time Hill flicked it back to Ferguson, who had obviously the easy job of putting the ball into the back of it and making it 2-0. It looked very nice, and I believe that's Ferguson's third goal of the season. Now into the second half, and Jordan Archer was actually called into action as Liam Kelly crossed the ball into the area, and it was flicked on to Jonathan Fort, who had to react really fastly, and he did. But it took a split-second reaction from Jordan Archer to save it with his knee there to stop it from going in the back of the net, and Jordan Archer definitely did deserve Millwall Player of the Year. He has been an outstanding player, and hopefully he can stay with us for a few more seasons, as he definitely was the difference. We still have the playoffs. Hopefully he can prove how good he is in the playoffs. Byron Webster then sealed his second of the match as Ferguson crossed the ball in from a free kick. Steve Morrison then headed the ball. It looked like it was going wide, but Byron Webster had the easy job of turning the ball in, headering it in like he always does. And that's his 6th goal of the season, and he was outstanding in this game. Byron Webster then should have added to his goal scoring collection and obviously Millwall's lead to get his hat-trick as Ferguson crossed the ball in from a corner. It connected with the boot of Joe Martin, was then cleared off the line by Cameron Dunningham, and then it bounced away and then straight to Byron Webster, who put it over the bar. So unlucky for Byron Webster there. He definitely deserved to score, but you can't always have a hat-trick, and well, I don't even think he would have expected to have scored 2 goals, so he'd be more than happy with the 2 goals he got. If he'd had just a little bit more time, I do guarantee he would have put that into the back of the net. And then Oldham could have scored a consolation goal as Cameron Dunningham crossed the ball in, and it bounced off a few Millwall players and a few Oldham players and dropped to Dominic Polion, who had a fantastic chance, but he blasted the ball over the bar. That was just a whole example of how Oldham played. A lot of chances were pretty good for them, but they just blasted it over the bar, and the good chances they did have were pretty easy for Jordan Archer to save. Now for the key players in this game. Well, for Millwall, if you don't know already, I'm going to have to go with Byron Webster. He scored 2 goals. He was amazing in defence, like he has been all season, one of our key players, and who would have thought that after he had to go back on loan to Yeovil last season. And well, he should have got a third in this game. He's very unlucky not to have. He's definitely a lot better than what he was last season, and I hope he does stay with us. Now for Oldham, it was really hard to pick a player here. You could have gone with their goalkeeper Coleman, or you could have gone with Kelly. Now I'm going to actually go with Jonathan Fort. Now it was really hard to pick the key player because they weren't actually that impressive at all. But Jonathan Fort did actually cause issues with his pace, but he didn't have too much to do, and obviously when he did, it was unluckily offside every single time. But he was definitely Oldham's key player. Now, Millwall's next game is against Gillingham. It's a derby game away from home. This means a lot for Gillingham, a lot more than it does for Millwall, as Gillingham needs to win this to have a chance of getting into the playoffs, because otherwise Barnsley or Scunthorpe will get into the playoffs. Gillingham actually did lose to Burton 2-1 towards the end of the game. That's going to be upsetting for them, but as I said, Barnsley and Scunthorpe are at the moment in exactly the right place to get the playoffs. Gillingham need to win and hope both of those sides lose. And I believe Barnsley has got Wigan and Scunthorpe have got Sheffield United. So either way, to get that playoff space, it's going to be really hard for all the teams that are battling for it. So anyway guys, I hope you have enjoyed this Millwall analysis video. Now before I go, who do you think Millwall are going to be playing in the playoffs? And who would you like them to play? And where actually do you think Millwall will finish? Do you reckon that they'll go and get knocked out in the first semi-finals? Or will they get to the final and suffer heartache there? Or do you think they're going to go all the way and go straight up to the Championship? Let me know in the comments section of this video, as we are getting towards the end of the season and obviously the playoffs are very close to happening. So, like, comment, subscribe, and of course I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.